I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce words that start with the letters DR. So I had a few requests for some of these words like draw and drew, drink and drive, and I think the viewers found it challenging to put these DR sounds at the start of words. So let's talk about some techniques you can use to make that easier for you. First of all, if the R gives you challenges, you might want to work just basically on getting a tight back American R sound first. To do that, your tongue is going to be kind of in the middle to back of the mouth. It's going to be tight and either bunched up and pushed against the teeth or curled back in a retroflex R. You can get a lot more help for American R in our American R playlist, as well as in my Sounds of English course on SpeechModification.com. It'll teach you lots of techniques to build the American R so that you can say it easily and correctly in all contexts. Once you have your R, you may want to use that to help you with words like draw and drew, for example. And what I suggest is try it first without the D. So you're going to say raw to feel that R sound, and then try raw, draw. Basically, when I'm saying the DR, I actually have to make my R sound slightly differently than usual. When I say raw, I just pull back and I'm using a bunched R. When I say draw, I'm using something between a bunched R and a retroflex R because my tongue lifts up behind my teeth for the D. Duh, duh. It has to be already ready for that R. If I start draw, if I start with the D, I'm going to end up with too much extra sound like draw, and I don't want that. I don't want draw. I want my tongue to already be as much as it can be in the R position, and then just lift up the tip of the tongue for the D. Now I say just lift it up like that's easy. It might not be easy for you, but again, do try building it, and you might find maybe it's easier in some words than others. So explore lots of words that start with DR, like raw, draw. My tongue is already ready for the R. When I say the R first, it preps my tongue and my mind to know that that R is coming. Try that with, for drew, try rue, sounds like rue. I need a new pen. Rue, drew. Again, I feel my tongue position being slightly different. When I just say rue, I can pull back and take my time on that R. When I say drew, my tongue is already kind of in the R spot when I add my D for drew. I'm just rewriting the EW vowel oo with the letters OO because we think of OO as being the oo sound, even though we do also spell, for example, new, drew with that EW spelling. The vowel here in draw is that ah that we spell with AW often as well. Trying that for drink, we're going to try rink, drink. That one, again, because the vowel I is more near the front, drink, my R might be slightly adjusted to be able to accommodate that D in the R. But if I start with rink, drink, I'm going to be able to build on my solid R sound. Notice in drink, we do have the NG sound, so you're naturally going to say this, drink, that I'm lifting in the back for that NG sound and the K sound. And then for drive, again, I would try just saying rive, so you're kind of having that dominate your word, rive, drive. You can do this with other words with DR as well. If that technique doesn't help you, note what is challenging for you. Are you noticing it sounding a little more like derive, where there's too much of a vowel sound after your D? In that case, kind of experimenting with rive, drive, getting that D and R to kind of come out together as one cluster of sounds, rather than thinking of them as two separate sounds. You need to say each of. You want that dra to come out quickly with those two sounds really sequenced together. So I hope this helps you. Apparently it's challenging for a number of people, and anytime that you're working on R sounds, you may have it in one context and then find other contexts can be very challenging. So be patient as you're working through patterns that have to do with the R sound. use our American R playlist and videos. There's a lot of different materials there looking at specific types and contexts for the R. And try that trick out where you're starting with the R and then putting your D on after. I hope that helps you. Thanks so much for those requests. If you have a request you'd like to see me cover as part of the Word of the Day series or any of our other series here on speechmodification.com, leave me a comment and I'll add it to my list to cover in a future class. I'll be back tomorrow with a Word of the Day class like every day, and on Friday we'll have our live question and answer class. If you have something, a particular word you want to hear and you can't wait for your Word of the Day. Another way to get a faster response for your requests is to join as a channel member. Channel members have their requests honored each week in our Sunday class, so they can ask their questions at any time throughout the week, and I cover them for them on Sundays. For other requests that have come in, I do have several hundred right now that I'm working my way through. So be patient. I will get to your word eventually. If you can attend a Friday live class, you can ask me sooner, or you can also join as a channel member, and I'll take care of your request within a week. Thanks so much, everyone who has joined. I really appreciate your support, and all of you who have subscribed to the channel. It's wonderful to see you returning and using the videos to help you improve your overall fluency in American English. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.